Hey, what's going on, dudes? My name is TDC, and welcome back to some Primus Unabridged. Hopefully you guys are having a good day today. Hopefully you guys had a wonderful Christmas, got to hang out with some family and friends, got everything that you wanted from Santa. I know I did, man. It was a good Christmas for me. But yeah, so welcome back. Today, I think we're going to start work on AE2, man. We got to get it up and going. I need it terribly. But first, I want to come show you what I've been working on over here at the Void Base. So I've done some adjusting, and I have built kind of the skeleton of our new base, and I think it's going to be awesome when we get it all set up and done. So what I'm thinking is we are going to have a giant pyramid thing. It looks kind of weird right now, but when we get it all built and actually like stuff on the inside of it, it's going to be awesome. So I basically, up here is where our base was before, right? So I tore out the floor. I lowered it down about 10 blocks. I think we were on level 30 before, and now we are on level 20. So that gives us plenty of room, really, if we ever need to go down. So we got 20 more blocks that we can go down here before we can't actually build anything. Oh, and I've also found out too that there's no void damage here, so we can basically fall and fall and fall, and we won't take any damage, which is a little annoying, but I mean, it is what it is. If we die, we won't die from falling, which is handy. But I did make the mistake when I was building this, is I went AFK for a second, and while I was AFK, I guess right before I went, I actually was falling. So I was like this, and I didn't notice it. I thought I was just standing still flying, but I fell about, I think it was like 6,000 blocks or something like that, and that's almost a 5-minute journey back up. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. We need to make one of those charged porters just in case we do fall off, then we can just teleport right back up here. So I don't know, man. But yeah, this is what I got going on so far. I think eventually, once I get some more building materials and after we take care of AE and stuff like that, I'm going to start filling in the top here. We'll probably do some sort of colored glass. And all these blocks are just placeholders right now. So this is just cobblestone that I've been making with the cobble gin there. And these are all just like placeholders. I'm going to be exchanging these out with some more decorative blocks, things that I want this base to look like. I think it's going to look pretty awesome when it's all said and done, man. I'm super excited about it. But it should be pretty cool. So I think I'm going to have the big reactor here, and we're going to set up something to make it look like it's hanging. And then underneath it is going to be kind of like the center of the base. So I think here is where I'm going to have a lot of machines, basically like our ore processing and our AE2 system. I think we're going to have our controller and stuff up here below the reactor. I think would be pretty cool. So I don't know, that's kind of the plan. Oh, and then also, oh, what was I going to say? I forgot. Oh well, must have not been important. But yeah, so that's the plan, man. We've got a lot of work ahead of us, and I think to speed things up, we really need to get AE2 up and going and have all that stuff. And I got this, I logged in, and we had like a little Christmas present thing in our inventory, and I opened it, and it was a doll of me, but it's not a doll of me anymore. So if I place it down, no, it should go back to me if I relog. But yeah, so it's something to do with the portals. Once you go in and out, it changes back to Steve, and it's actually got my wings too, which is kind of weird. I don't know, pretty cool. But yeah, so today we're gonna be working on AE2. We gotta get some of the basic stuff up and running, and I've started a little bit. I've got some of the seeds that we're going to need to actually start growing some of our crystals, and I think today we're going to work on the crystal growth accelerator, and we're going to get like a basic ME system set up. So for that, we're going to need, I think, an energy acceptor, and we're going to need some glass conduit or glass cable, whatever it's called. And what else are we going to need? We may need a terminal. I haven't really planned what we're going to need, so I think we're just going to go ahead and make the crafting terminal. So we need to set up this whole process here. And there is another, let's see, applied, actually, you know what, let's AE2 Stuff. Yeah, this guy right here. The advanced inscribers. This is what I'm kind of curious in making. And it looks like we're going to have to actually make an inscriber first so we can get some of these processors. But I think once we get this all set up and done, this is going to be a much better way to automate it than just using these inscribers. I had a pretty cool design set up for the normal AE2 inscribers, but I think with this we can speed things up like tenfold, so it should be pretty cool. And it looks like we're probably going to have everything that we need. So what do we need for the inscriber? We need some sticky pistons, some iron, and some fluix crystals. So that we have. We need to make Do I have everything in this chest? We don't have the iron. And we need some more cobble. Cobble. And let's grab some iron. Like so. And, oh, we need sticky pistons, did it say? Ooh, that could be a problem. I don't know if I have any slime. Actually, yeah, I do. Somewhere. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, I also upgraded some of my tools, too. So, I've got this one set up with a redstone energy cell, I think is what it was. The golden one. I forget which one that is, but it holds 4 million RF, which is nice. And then I've also got Silk Touch on it, so I don't have to worry about breaking anything that I don't want to break on there. It's also rechargeable. And then on here, I added Fortune 3, so I put a whole bunch of lapis on it. And actually, you hadn't seen the hammer. I made the hammer. I made this new pickaxe. So both of them are still leveling up. They're not completely leveled up yet, but they are pretty nice, man. I also made a sword, and right now it does plus 13 attack damage, which isn't bad. I would like to maybe try to boost this up a little bit, but the problem with the sword is we have no modifiers on it, and in order to get modifiers, we need to try to level it up. Unless I can put, I think it's a gold block and diamond, which I think I've already put on here. But then the next one up is like a golden apple or notches apple and a block of diamond, and then after that is a wither star. So that may be something we do in the future, but I would like to try to level it up first. So when I start doing... Actually, you know what? Hold on. Do we have soul cages? Doesn't look like it. So we don't have... What is that? Soul shards? Soul shards? Soul... Yeah, so we don't have soul shards reborn anymore. So we'll actually have to set up some sort of normal spawner. I actually hadn't thought about that. I was planning on leveling up the sword, just doing the soul shards, because we need to collect the souls from each kill. But that's not actually going to work, is it? Interesting. Yeah, so, yeah, let me find the stuff. Actually, you know what? Let me do some crafting off camera. We're just going to speed things up just a little bit here, and I'll come back when we got something ready to place down, I suppose. Alright, dude, so check this out. We got our advanced inscriber working. It has already been put to work. He's making silicon presses for us. We made the crystal growth chamber, which is used to grow these crystals. And if you've never done AE2 before, let me show you how it's done real quick. This is the biggest... Okay, first off, there's just some things in AE2 that are awesome, and then there's other things that are just pain in the nuts. And this is the biggest pain in the nuts ever invented by anybody. I don't know. Later, Dr. Ragehard, he's out of here. I don't know why anybody ever thought that this was a good idea. I understand making things difficult to make it fun, but this is just, it's too much. Too much. So basically what you got to do is you come in here. We're going to make, let's see, what do we want to make? Let's do Certus quartz. We need Certus quartz. So we'll throw this into the crusher here. We're going to get a bunch of dust. I'm just going to do one for right now, and I'll show you basically what's going on. So basically, I like to do them a stack at a time, so I would sit here and wait for a whole stack of Certus quartz. So I could just get 2 stacks, but basically, we're going to take the Certus quartz dust and mix it with sand, and that gives us 2 Certus quartz seeds. Now the seeds are basically a way to just double our quartz crystals and fluix crystals and nether crystals and all our crystals, right? So what you do is you make the seed, and then you would throw that seed into a puddle of water, and then you would sit here, twiddle your thumbs, and wait for about like 2 hours real time. Yeah, so you pick these up, and there's a percentage on them. So this one is 0.0% done, and it takes forever, man. These items don't despawn. You can just throw them here, go off and do something, and you know, whatever, work on building something else if you really want to, and just let these guys grow. And once they become full crystals, they'll just sit here until you come back and pick them up. But we're too lazy for that. We like to speed things up here on the Primus server, and that's where the crystal growth chamber comes in. So basically, the crystal growth chamber is an automated way of the crystal growth accelerators, which are already in AE2. So the crystal growth accelerator you make using a fluix block, which is just 4 pieces of fluix. Oh, you can do it differently with pure fluix crystal. Okay, so fluix crystal, just 4 of them like that, gives you a fluix block. And then from here, you combine that with some quartz glass, some iron, and some Emi glass cable, and it gives you this crystal growth accelerator. And basically what you'd want to do is put one... Do I have any blocks to use? Let's just use sand. You'd put one here, 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 and here, and power it all up, hook it up to your energy acceptor that we got going on over there, and then you would speed things up by putting some water here and throwing your crystal in there. So basically these things accelerate or power energize the water in the middle and speeds up the whole growth process of the crystals, making it take much less time than if you were just to throw it into an unpowered block of water. Pretty much. And then this thing comes in from AE2 Stuff, which is awesome. So basically this guy we can just throw in here, and it's getting power from the energy acceptor here through the cables from the Tesseract, and you can see the percentages going up on here, which is amazing. So this makes it a much easier platform to do, because otherwise you're dealing with just entities hanging out in the world instead of items being inside an inventory. And then from here you can automate things. You can set up, you know, your conduits and stuff to like pull out certain crystals or send it to certain things and all that sort of stuff. So this makes life a lot easier, and this is actually a pretty awesome addition to AE2 Stuff. I really like it. So that comes in super handy. What I'm working on right now is I need to make up a stack of almost each one of our different processors. So we got the calculation processor, we've got, where are the other ones? The engineering circuits. Where are the other ones? Is that all of them? No, we got the printed logic circuits. That's the other one that we're going to need. So I'm going to make up a stack of each one of these. That way we've got stuff to do, and then we're going to work on setting up our basic ME system. For that we're going to need our drive, we're going to need some cable, which we've already got, and then we're going to need some terminals. And I think we're just going to go ahead and go for the crafting terminal, which shouldn't be too terrible, but we're going to need to make these formation cores, which is just a rabbit hole, man. It just goes deeper and deeper. So I'm going to work on crafting that stuff up real quick, and then we're going to come back and set everything up. Alright, so just real quick, I want to do a quick little test. I'm still working on crafting up all the circuits and processors that we're going to need, but I made some acceleration cards. So I want to see how fast this actually is, and we actually need to do we got to make the presses, don't we, already? Alright, so we can do that. Let's do our calculation press here, and then we're going to take our pure Certus quartz here, and this should start. So it's pretty quick. It's not bad. So I mean, what is that, like maybe 4 or 5 seconds per processor? Now if we throw in all 4 of the acceleration cards here, that's what I like to see. That is much better. We'll be able to craft up 3 stacks of 64 of these calculation circuits and processors and all this kind of stuff that we're going to need in just a few minutes. So that is awesome. Let me finish this up and I'll be right back. Alright, dude, so we got everything all crafted up. We have our processors and circuits. I guess they're circuits before they become processors, aren't they? And you add the silicon and redstone to it, and it becomes a processor. That makes sense. But yeah, so what we are working on now, I went ahead and crafted up an ME drive. We're going to need this guy to throw our storage cells into, and then I think after that we just need to make the terminal, and we should be all set up. So for the ME storage cell, we're just going to start off with, I think, 4Ks for right now. So I made 4 1K image storage components, which we're going to need for the 4K. So, actually I made 1 too many. So now we need to supply this dude with some redstone, some quartz glass, and a calculation processor. That we can do. Okay, so let's do this. We'll put the calculation processor there. There. Redstone in the corners, and we need the quartz glass. Where did I put it? Are we out of quartz glass already? Okay, let's just do this. Give me all this stuff back, and we will do 1, 2, 3. Whoops. Like that. We'll put that in there. That's gonna give us quartz glass. Perfect. And so we'll put that there. These here. Whoops. Here. And redstone in the corners, and calculation. Yeah, there we go. Alright, ME storage cell. Now let's look up our 4K here. So it's just iron and quartz glass, and that's going to give us an ME cave, a 4K ME storage cell. Getting confused with all the lingo here, so let's put that in the middle. Redstone. Wait, what am I doing wrong? Oh, we just need the quartz glass. Perfect. Sweet. Oh, better than chests. I love it. Alright, so now we can throw that guy in there, and now we need to make our terminal. So, let's see. For the terminal, we are going to need, I'm just going to go ahead and craft the crafting terminal. It's just going to make life a lot easier later on. The ME terminal is cool, but the crafting terminal is basically just like a workbench that we can attach to our system here. So we are going to need a logic processor, a formation core, and an annihilation core. And we're going to need, oh yeah, we're going to have to go over and check that out. I forgot that they left gifts for everybody. I think it was Landstrider and Aaron, they did a big Christmas tree. Like they decorated Spawn like all out with Christmas stuff. It's awesome. So yeah, we'll definitely have to go check that out here in just a little bit. So lost my train of thought again. Aluminum panel. Alright, so we need some glowstone, iron, and quartz glass, which we have enough here. Let's just do one. And then what was it? Redstone? No. I'm getting confused already. Like so. Oh, one redstone, and then iron, and then we need glowstone, which I left back over at the overworld. Okay, so we may have a problem here. I need some charged Certus quartz, and I think I'm all out of it. Let's see. Pretty positive anyway. So we may actually have to do some charging. I've got a little bit. This would probably be enough. Yeah, I think that'll be enough. Probably gonna need the charger anyway, so we might take a look at that if I got enough time at the end of this episode. So what we need to do is we need to make some fluix dust, and we can't actually crush the pure fluix crystal into dust. We actually have to make the just normal fluix crystals here. So in order to make this, we're gonna chunk some nether quartz, some charged Certus quartz, and some redstone into a puddle, and this is gonna start sparking, and it's gonna start producing a whole bunch of fluix crystals. How cool is that? So remember what I was talking about earlier? You throw the seeds into the water. This is kind of like the first step into getting those seeds. So you get the fluix crystal and stuff here, and it doubles everything that you put in. So we put in less than a stack of all the ingredients that we needed, and we got over a stack back, which is awesome. So for this, we need to throw this guy in the crusher, and this is going to give us some dust. I don't think we need too much of it. We just need enough to make the annihilation cores. So if we look up core, actually that's going to bring up a lot of stuff. Binny core? Interesting. Okay, so applied energistics. Where is it? We need a terminal. This guy. So we need one for him, and then we're going to need one for him. So really we only needed two. I've got the nether quartz, and I've got the other stuff that we're going to need. Alright, so that should be plenty. But in order to make charged Certus quartz, we can actually do that. You can find charged Certus quartz in the overworld anywhere that ore spawns, but it's a little bit more rare than just the normal Certus quartz. Now, we can build a thing called a charger. Let's see if I can find it on here. This dude. And just using some iron and fluix crystals. And then you can hook this up to your power, and then you can throw Certus quartz into this, and it will energize it. Basically, just feeding it a bunch of power, and that'll give you charged Certus quartz. So, if you don't have enough, you can actually make it, which is really awesome. So, let's see here. Was it glowstone? No, it was that processor thing, wasn't it? Okay, so terminal. So, logic processor. Oh, no, for this guy. Pure or just Certus quartz, fluix dust, logic processor. Gotcha. Okay, so that is fluix dust. That's Certus quartz dust. So we need fluix dust like that, and Certus quartz. Okay, so that's gonna give us one of that, and then we need the other one, the annihilation core, and that's just nether quartz. Perfect. Right on. And so we should have everything that we need there for that. Okay, so now we need the crafting terminal. This one, so we need a workbench, a calculation processor. Calculation processor, we can throw that there, and now I just need a workbench, which I should have some wood in one of these chests. There we go. And we'll do this. Boom, booyah. We can throw this in here. Crafting a much bigger table. That is awesome. Alright, so now we just need some glass cable, and we should be able to just throw this on here like that, to be honest. So now we can craft everything, or we can put everything inside the storage drive, like so. Look at it. Oh, it's so nice. We can basically just take all of this stuff and store it inside our ME storage, man. Oh, this is so good. So good. So glad that we got this up and going. And so now, if we want to make something, let's see what all we can make. So let's make another one of these. So we took up recipe. Oh, that's actually not going to work. So 1K storage. Like so. This guy. And so now we can just do that. Oh, we can just grab as many out of here as we need. So let's do 1, 2, 3. And now we can bump it up to the 4K. I think that was enough for a 4K. Yeah. So now we can just do that. Oh, yeah. 1, 2. So now we just come back into the 4K. We do that. 1, 2. So now we've just tripled the amount of storage that we have. And look how much faster that was than having to go through and craft everything in a normal bench, man. Oh, it's so good. I'm so excited we got this up and going. Oh, all right, so let's go check out Spawn. We need to go check out the Christmas decorations and see what's going on over there. I think it was Landstrider and Aaron. They did something for Christmas, and they said something about presents. Now, I'm not real sure if said presents are still there, but it would be kind of interesting to see what they got everybody. I think we just went to the wrong base. Let me get back over to Spawn, and I'll pick back up. Okay, we made it back to Spawn. I had to come back to Brink starter base over here because that's the only way I know how to get back to Spawn. I actually lost my marker for it on my minimap and I forgot to replace it. Take? I don't want to take. Okay, yeah, so this is awesome. Look at all this stuff, man. They used a lot of deco craft, which is cool. And then I think they used a lot of chisel stuff. The lag is real here, so just bear with me. The frames. Oh, okay, there it is. There's the tree. Look at this thing, man. That is so cool. I wonder what these little glowy things are. Leaves. Oh, Mana Flash from Botania. Those are cool. Alright, let's get rid of that. Oh, that is milk and cookies? For Santa Claus? Oh, that's so cool. Oh, and I think they had a train going here too, but I don't see it. I don't hear it anymore. Oh. I think it might have blown up. Yeah, I think it blew up. So the Railcraft trains, if they hit anything, like any kind of entity, I believe, they blow up, or any kind of mob. So, yeah. This is pretty awesome, man. That is a huge tree. They did a really good job. Where... They said something about leaving presents. I'm not sure if they actually did or not, so not that big a deal if they didn't. Oh, look at the wreaths. That is awesome. My girlfriend loves making wreaths. That's like her hobby. She does all kinds of artsy craft stuff. And she makes wreaths that look like that. It's awesome. Oh, just a bunch of Christmas leaves. Alright, so it doesn't look like there's any presents. That's okay. We don't need presents. But yeah, this is awesome. So anyways, that's going to do it for me today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hit that like button for me down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Whoa, what was that? Something just broke. Did you hear it? I don't know what that was. It wasn't me, I promise. Yeah, so subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next episode, alright? Thanks so much for watching. Peace.